This is on the wing tip. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Frank Lee Cole, file number 23-03501. Appearance for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing. Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Cole, who is present and standing to my right.
Oh, very good. Okay, today was the date that was set for a jury trial. This is for the wild animal. We are ready to proceed on trial today, correct?
Yeah, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Your witness is here, or witnesses are here. And are you calling witnesses?
The only witness we may call is Mr. Cole.
Okay, sounds good. Any preliminary issues before we adjourn until the jury gets here?
Nothing for defense. Thank you.
Okay. Hang tight until the jury arrives. No problem. Who's on the wing tech device? On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Alexia Alanis, file number 24-01079. Appearance, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing. Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Alanis.
Alanis here.
She is not, Your Honor. May we approach her?
What's the number? 0413.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Chauncey Mendenhall, file number 24-00494, 24L28322172. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing. Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Mendenhall, who is present standing to my right.
Okay, today was the date and time that was set for a trial on a failure to stop after property damage accident. Then there was a careless driving. Let's see, do we have witnesses here on this trial?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, and so this one needs to be reset, or?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we have to reset your trial because an older case has to go before yours, okay? June 24th at 8:15, okay? Do you have any questions today, Mr. Mendenhall? We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record today?
Your Honor, I'll just note that defense counsel had proposed a resolution in this matter. I had consulted with both victims in this case and had agreed to that resolution and was only informed this morning that apparently Mr. Mendenhall, I don't know if he was even consulted about the proposed resolution because apparently he has now rejected it.
You say he is not, he's not, or he's now rejected it?
I don't know if it was not consulted or
Oh, okay.
is now rejecting it. But I was under the impression that a resolution had been reached and had spoken with victims already about that resolution.
What was the proposed resolution?
It was to pay half of the restitution under a delayed sentencing, pleading to the failure to stop an ID. And if he had paid half the restitution, the failure to stop an ID would not enter.
Oh. You understood that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you declined the offer?
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't decline it or really.
That means
I just told me about it. Like, she just not told me.
your attorney just told you about it? Okay. And so you weren't aware prior to coming today that that was an offer? Okay, but you're not interested in that offer?
To the first one that you had to me for real.
What was the first one?
Uh,
That you were gonna plead guilty to the failure to stop? That's not a better offer than this one. It still would have had restitution.
I'm saying, but it was cheaper though.
What was cheaper?
Like the first deal that
The first offer that I see here, which the city moves to dismiss the careless and you would plead guilty to the failure to stop after property damage accident. So the fine on that is $300. That's not the same as restitution.
so I'm getting a.
Yeah, you're liable if guilty, or if you plead guilty, you're liable for fine and restitution. So this was not a better deal. The one they're offering you now is a better deal because it would avoid, it's a delayed sentence. So that means they would dismiss the charge if you pay them out the money. And typically under delayed sentence, we give you time to make payments on that amount. But again, that's something for you to determine if you want to accept or not. You would need to make that decision today, though. Because we can't keep dragging witnesses here if you don't want to take.
I'm gonna just do that for real.
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
To keep it going.
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
You have the right to jury trial. You can have it if you want.
Trial, they got witnesses, all this stuff that I didn't see that day. So
Yeah, their witnesses are here.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you want to accept the offer now, correct? Under delayed sentencing? Can we get them a device of rights, please?
Seen that.
Okay, ma'am, what's your name on the Wing Tech device? I think that's Cynthia Green. Is that Cynthia Green? You're muted, ma'am.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm well, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Toothache, but I'm okay.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear about that. I don't know if Mr. Lee is are you handling her case? Okay, do you need to speak to her?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I have-
Yes, it's
Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Mendenhall, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give is true to the best of your knowledge, information, or belief. Okay, you can put your hand down. Let's see here. The offer was for him to plead guilty to the charge of failure to stop and fail to stop at the property damage accident, pay half the restitution under delayed sentence, correct?
Yes.
And you want to accept that offer, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the restitution amount?
Your Honor. $569.40.
That's half or the total?
That's one half.
Okay, 569. How much?
46.
46.
And I'll fill out the form.
Thank you. Okay, so you understand that's the amount of restitution that they're seeking for you to pay, and that you would be responsible for that if you entered this and accepted this plea offer and agreement. You understand that? You have the right to have a trial in this matter. You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're presumed or considered to be innocent unless you waive your innocence or the people move forward with the trial and find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at any trial, not have silence be used against you. You don't have to call witnesses or do anything. It's the prosecution's job to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses they call to testify against you. You can waive your silence if you like at your trial and testify on your own behalf, or you could present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge, or you can subpoena witnesses that would testify on your behalf. Those are all the rights that you would be giving up today. Is that what you want to do? I need you to say it verbally.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to give those rights up?
No,
Any promises being made to you in exchange for you pleading guilty to the failure to display, or I'm sorry, failure to stop at the property damage accident?
no,
And are you pleading guilty to the charge because you believe you are guilty?
yes,
Are you sure?
yeah,
As to the failure to stop after property damage accidents, how do you plead?
guilty.
Can I have factual basis, counsel?
Yes, Mr. Mendenhall, I am taking you back to February 16th of this year. Were you at or about Westmoreland near Saginaw Street?
Yes,
And are those roads here in the city of Lansing County, Bingham State of Michigan?
yes,
And at that time, did you crash into another vehicle at 512 Westmoreland?
in the car.
In the car.
Okay, so did you hit a tree at 512
I
Westmoreland?
hit a tree.
Okay, hit a tree. And then were you outside of the vehicle before the cop showed up?
I was out there when the cops got to the crash.
Yes.
No,
Your Honor, I believe we have a factual basis to fail to stop and identify.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city's satisfied.
We're satisfied with the factual basis. I will accept your plea and find your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The plea is entered with a delayed sentencing date. So we're going to delay your sentencing because we're giving you an opportunity to make payment in full on the 569.40. And once that's paid, the city is going to move to dismiss this, so it won't go on your record, okay? Are you employed? I can't hear when you had nodded.
no, so,
Okay.
hold on though. So if I don't pay it, feel like I'm going to jail. Like if I don't get it paid before the sentence, I'm through.
Well, if you don't pay before the sentencing date, that means that they won't dismiss it. It's gonna stay on your records. And then we will discuss how we're gonna move forward with the payment plan, because you gotta pay it regardless, because you entered a plea on it,
All right.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're not employed right now? That's a no? I don't know what that means.
No.
So she's my court recorder. She has to take down everything that's being stated here, and so she can make a transcript, and we have to be able to read it and understand it, so she can't put defendant shook his head, because we don't know what that means, okay? Okay, okay. Why are you not employed? Are you looking for employment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so when do you think that you might be employed? So let me ask you another question. How long is it gonna take you to pay this $569?
I won't, like, I don't know. I just know I'm paid.
But how many months do you need to do that?
You said like 100 a month or something like that.
If you could do 100 a month,
Yeah, I'll do that.
oh,
I'll probably pay it off.
so give me
I'll do
6
that.
months, please. November 25th at 9 a.m. is your sentencing date, okay? Don't forget about it, because unless you paid in full, if you pay in full before that, they can be dismissed before that, then you don't have to come,
All right.
okay? Let's see, any additional matters for today's record?
Nothing from defense, thank you.
And for the record, I've waived fines and costs on that. You're just gonna pay the restitution.
Thank you.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Christopher Lowe is here. Whose can of iced tea is sitting on my lunch? No, it can go in the trash. Thank you. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Cynthia Green, file number is 21-03394, council.
Morning, Your Honor, Amanda O'Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
So public defender John Cynthia Green.
And the screen is present via Zoom. Today was the date and time set for a pre-trial. I think we were waiting for her to take we're trying to take her road test.
Yes, and the good news is that she took her road test on Friday. She passed the road test. She's waiting for her license to come in the mail. There are 2 remaining charges. I believe Ms. O'Boyle and I can work something out on those 2 remaining charges. We just had a short 2-week adjournment. I think her license will come in the mail and we will have a final resolution on the case.
Our next court date. June 17th at 9:30. June 17th at 9:30.
Super.
Do you have any questions for the court today?
No, you guys have been exceptional. I appreciate you.
Any additional matters for the record?
See you
You're
soon.
all set, Ms. Green.
All right.
See you.
Thank you.
Christopher Lowe is here. Who's representing?
I am representing Ms. Lowell.
Christopher Lowe, please start. Okay.
Mr. Lowe.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Christopher Adam Lowe, file number 23-03649. council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle on behalf of the city.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Christopher Lowe.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, can you unmute your device, please? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. Today was the date and time set for sentencing. I have a pre-sentence report. It was prepared on May 10th. Council, did you get a copy of that?
I did, Your Honor.
Do we need to make any updates, corrections, or deletions?
No updates, corrections, or deletions.
Okay, you can make allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lowe has participated and taken responsibility at every stage in this process. He is working full-time at Chariot Brook Farms. He is a landscaping manager. He's actually done landscaping his entire life and has now ascended to the point to where he runs crews and instrumental and integral part of that business. He also is a father of a 17-year-old boy and has wanted to conduct himself throughout this process as an example, and intends to participate fully in probation and comply with all orders of the court. The only thing that Mr. Lowe would ask is if the court would consider a term of probation somewhat shorter than the 12 months recommended, but otherwise understands and agrees entirely with the recommendations of probation.
Does your client want to make a statement at all?
Do you want to make a statement, Mr. Lowe?
No.
I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and recommendation as well as your prior criminal history. And the report opines that you have been determined to meet the criteria for moderate alcohol use disorder. So with that determination, a term of probation is warranted. I don't know that 12 months is necessary. There was a relatively high blood alcohol level. And when I review your prior criminal history, I only see one other offense related to the use of any substances, but it was 24 years ago. So I will adopt the recommendation with modification. Term of probation will be for 6 months of probation. While on probation, you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol or drugs unless you have a valid prescription. You will be required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and or urinalysis testing, and you have to pay the fee for that. You're not to be at any bars or any nightclubs while on probation. Do you have any questions so far?
No, Your Honor.
I am going to require you to complete the MAD Victim Impact Panel within 90 days and provide verification of that. You'll be required to maintain your employment. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior while on probation. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind while on probation. There's a $30 per month oversight fee that you're responsible for while on probation. You owe the Lansing Police Department $573.33 for responding to this OWI incident. It's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost that also must be assessed, plus a $200 fine that will be assessed. 6 months of probation is $180. Total fines and costs is $1,078.33, and you'll be required to make monthly payments on that, okay?
All right.
Lastly, there's an advice of rights as to probation that states that you've been placed on a term of probation before the 54A District Court. The terms of your probation have been individually tailored and are specific to address your assessed risks and needs. In your particular instance, you do have the right to request early termination from or discharge from probation once you've completed half the original term ordered by the court, so long as you've completed or satisfied any programming requirements. In this case, the programming is minimal. I said that you would do a victim impact panel and that you will do some testing. You cannot have had any violation of your probation status within the 90 days preceding your request. So again, I gave you 6 months of probation. You do 90 days of that without any violations, and you can submit the court's MC 512 form to request early discharge. Your probation officer can also make this request on your behalf. However, if you make the request on your own behalf, you must file a copy of your request with the city attorney's office and with the probation department. The city attorney has 14 days to file any objections to your early termination in writing. If I set it for a hearing to address the issue, you have the right to be represented by an attorney, but you have to hire an attorney. You don't have the right to court-appointed counsel for any such hearing, okay?
All right.
Do you have any questions?
Now do I need to just contact my probation officer to figure out where to take the class and set up for drops and all that?
That's correct. Your probation officer will be in contact with you because they have to put my order in writing for you to review and sign. I am going to require that you check in with our probation department within the next 48 hours to make sure they have accurate contact information for you so that you don't miss that paperwork, okay?
All right.
Okay, do you have any other questions today, sir?
The only question I have is if I could have 72 hours to meet with probation so I don't have to take additional time off of work.
You don't need to meet in person. You can just call them. It doesn't
Oh, all
require
right.
you to come.
Oh, all right. I can do that.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's in the, oh, that's Whitney Ransom, I believe. Is that Whitney Ransom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Whitney Ransom, file number is 24-01195, council appearance. Does she have an attorney? Okay. Are you her attorney?
I am, Your Honor.
I need your appearance.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Whitney Ransom.
David Boylan, you have to see him.
Okay, this matter was set for pretrial for furnishing false information. However, last week I did enter an order for her to undergo competency on a state felony matter.
And that being the case, Your Honor, we would ask that this be adjourned until the results of the competency exam are complete.
We will set this out pending a report from the forensic center. Set the other one up for July. Okay, it's not good for anything. They didn't bring us a bill. We need to reach out to Farmer. Are you all set for today, Ms. Ransom? Ms. Ransom, you're all set.
Okay,
You can let the deputy know that.
okay.
I'm not seeing Jessica Lowe. Has anybody seen Jessica Lowe? You seen Samuel Mfande
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Infante is here.
on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Samuel Mfande, file number 24-00463, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Emmanuel Boyle, on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Samuel Infante, who's in the courtroom and standing to my right.
How are you, Mr. Mfande? I'm well, thank you. Today was the date that was reset for a pre-trial operating with a high blood alcohol content. And there is, or was an adjournment because of the need to get an assessment. Was the assessment completed?
Assessment was completed, Your Honor. We've had some difficulty getting a copy of the assessment. Mr. Infante is working on that for us. He completed it at Wellness, and we expect to have it in hand within the week. So a short adjournment perhaps, and then we can get with the city attorney and review the assessment and figure out the best way to resolve it.
June 17th at 9:30. Need additional matters for today's record.
No, Your Honor.
Not for the defense, thank you. Your Honor.
We'll get you a copy of your notice. You're all set for today, sir. You're welcome. Mr. Roller had another file. I'll put on for continue on the package. This was a sick, the file is in 3650. Needed to be sentenced on it to be reset. Your name, sir, you waiting for court?
I'm looking for them.
I'm not seeing Casey Bischoff or Jack Gray here. Show cause. Okay. Mr. Staples,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you here, or good morning? Are you here
morning.
on the code compliance matter for for Ferris?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Leroy Allen Ferris, file number 2400140111. Have your appearance, please.
Matt Staples for the City of Lansing.
Okay, today was the time that we reset the code compliance. And no one has appeared today on behalf of Leroy Ferris. He's not present in the courtroom or in the virtual courtroom. Counsel, how did you want to proceed?
Your Honor, at this point, the city would ask for a default judgment with a $150 first offense fine to be issued against Mr. Ferris, and I will prepare that under the 7-day rule.
Okay, that will be granted. And did you want us to reset this?
Yes, 30 days, please, Your Honor, or as close thereto as possible.
June 24th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
None for the city.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Scott Carpenter present. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Scott Carpenter, you come up, sir. The file number is 23-02169. Counsel appearance, please.
For the honor, Manuel Doyle, yes.
Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Scott Carpenter.
Okay, I was gonna ask the attorney because I don't see an appearance to begin with. The docket doesn't have a name. We did not get an appearance from your office.
Okay, I will have them send one over.
Thank you. Today's the date and the time that's set for a retrial and a failure to stop at the property damage accident. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city attorney has offered Mr. Carpenter an opportunity to plead to failure to report. He is accepting that offer.
That's correct, sir.
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, failure to report an accident, 0 point misdemeanor, and it's non-abstractable. You want to accept that offer, correct? Okay, you understand, sir, that you do have the right to proceed to a trial on this matter? You have the right to be represented by counsel at your trial. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses that the city intends to call against you, because you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So that means you're innocent until proven guilty, and you can require the city to prove your guilt. You want to give up those rights? Okay, you also have the right to waive silence at trial and testify on your own behalf. You have the right to present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf at your trial. Those are all rights you want to give up, correct?
Yes, sir.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to give those rights up?
No, you're right.
Has there been any threats to get you to give up those rights? Are you entering a guilty plea to the amended charge of failure to report an accident because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, sir.
As to the amended charge of failure to report an accident, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Actual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Carpenter, on or about May 23rd, 2023, were you driving in the area of Wise Road and West Miller Road?
Yes, sir.
And that's in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, state of Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at that time, did you back into and make contact with another vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you leave before reporting and or exchanging information?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis to accept your plea, find it to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine is $100. When can you make payment?
1st of June, Your Honor.
You can make payment at the criminal traffic window.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I don't mean to interrupt you,
No problem.
sorry. I think the first falls on a Saturday, is that right?
It does, so you'll pay by the 3rd.
Okay, very good.
Okay, do you have any questions about that? So you can make payment in person, or you can go on the court website. And if you do go on the court website, you would need to use your case number, okay?
Okay, if I don't, just come up here for the board.
Yep, right to the criminal traffic window, which you're gonna pass on your way out, okay?
Okay, very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you.
I see it, Jessica, what's your full name? Jessica, can you unmute your device?
Yes, sorry about
What's your full name?
that.
What is your name?
Jessica Lull. Jessica Lull.
Oh, I'm signing a bench warrant for you right now, Miss Lowe. You were supposed to be here at 8:30.
Oh, I thought it was 10. I apologize. I couldn't find my paperwork.
So the issue I have, Ms. Lowe, is that I'm commonly issuing bench warrants and then crossing it out because you're appearing late. You need to get to court on time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We have a jury trial today. We don't have time for people to stroll in when they feel like it. How are we proceeding on her matter?
Your Honor, I believe we have the resolution. I probably have to check in briefly with Ms. Morrow, just to confirm that she has a full understanding as to what this is transpiring.
Okay. Also a Bagwell here. Let's see what that is too. This is interesting. What did that separation? Are you representing Maya Bagwell?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor. I am representing the Maya Bagwell, and we do have that case is ready to proceed.
Okay, and who is the individual in the back that you met with?
That is Mr. Ezekiel Figueroa.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ezekiel Figueroa, file number 23-02753, council appearance.
Courting Honor, Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city.
Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Ezekiel Figueroa.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. There's a reckless driving charge.
Your Honor, the city attorney has extended an offer to Mr. Figueroa to plead guilty to drag racing. And Mr. Figueroa is going to accept that offer.
That's correct, sir. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? You can put your hand down. What's the maximum penalty for drag racing?
Your Honor, it's 90 days, $500.
I can provide the MCL.
Actually, I have it right here, 1820. Okay, so drag racing is a misdemeanor, maximum penalty 90 days. It does come with 4 points. And it is attractable, you understand that? So you have the right to the presumption of innocence. You have the right to proceed to trial. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the city prove your guilt at trial by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses called to testify against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. You can waive your right to silence at trial and testify on your own behalf, or present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. You understand that? You wish to give up those rights today? Anybody threaten you to get you to give up those rights and plead guilty to drag racing?
No.
Guilty because you believe you're guilty.
Yes.
As to the amended charge. Drag racing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Figueroa, on or about September 2nd, 2023, were you driving on Northeast Street at or near Community Street?
Yes.
And that's in the city of Lansing, the county of England, state of Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And at that time, were you racing a motorcycle down the road?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions for the city?
No, Your Honor, the city satisfied.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and find your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Fine is $250. When are you gonna pay? You'll pay today?
I could do like 120 today.
When are you gonna pay the balance? Show us your criminal traffic window so you can make your payment, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks for the remaining balance, okay? You're all set. I see Michelle Tyler on as well.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Are you ready on Bagwell and Tyler?
Ready on Bagwell, ready on Tyler as well, yes, ma'am.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ramaya Bagwell, file number 24-00818. And then I have 24L2832281, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Ramaya Bagwell.
Today's the date set for a free trial and a driving while license suspended in an explanation hearing on expired plate. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Bagwell got her driver license, and so the city is dismissing the driving while license suspended charge. However, we were waiting to see if she was going to be able to get her registration. She has not, as of today, got her registration, so she will accept responsibility for the civil infraction of no registration.
Is that correct? Correct, Ms. Bagwell?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Fine is your fine is $135. When are you gonna make payment?
I can come down and make a payment tomorrow. I have to work today, but tomorrow I'm off, so I can come down in the morning to make a payment.
Down note here that you'll pay by tomorrow and the city's moving to dismiss the driving while license suspended.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, that will be dismissed. You're all set, ma'am.
How much was it again? I'm sorry.
$135.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I all set?
You are free to go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And you say you were ready on Tyler?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Lachelle Tyler, file number 24-00339, council appearance.
Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Michelle Tyler.
Ms. Tyler, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, today's the date and time that was set or reset for pretrial. We adjourned this because she was attempting to get her license after obtaining a permit. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Tyler desperately wants to complete the road test and get her license. Unfortunately, she has recently suffered some mechanical issues with her car and so has been unable to make it up to the Secretary of State and execute the road test. She's asking for a short adjournment to allow time to get the mechanical issues resolved so that she can, in fact, complete the road test.
How much time does she need?
At least 2 weeks. Your Honor.
June 17th at 9:30. June 17th at 9:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor.
Nothing further.
You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Oh, we have the courtroom for now. You're logged in with Ms. Laura. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jessica Lowe, file number 20L25544751. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Manuel Boyle on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Jessica Marie Lowe.
Okay. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, the city attorney has offered Ms. Lowe the opportunity to plead guilty to an amended charge of failure to display, i.e. no ops, and she has accepted that offer.
Is that correct, Ms. Lowe? Ms. Lowe, is that correct?
Yes,
You want to
ma'am.
plead guilty to the amended no ops? Raise your
Yes.
right hand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Can you hear me?
This is
I think she's frozen.
my right hand.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Okay, so failure to display ops is a misdemeanor. It's not obstructable. You have the right to proceed to a trial. You have the right to jury trial. You have the right to be represented by your attorney at that trial, and you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the city prove your guilt by proving each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness they call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. You can waive your right to silence at your trial and testify on your own behalf. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're willing to give up each of those rights today to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No, ma'am.
Any promises being extended to you to get you to plead guilty to the amended charge?
No.
As to the amended charge of no ops in possession, how do you plead?
Guilty?
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lowe, on or about February 22nd of 2020, were you driving upon South Cedar at or near Jessup Avenue?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and that's in the city of Lansing, the county of Ingham, state of Michigan, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you encountered a Lansing police officer, correct?
That's correct.
And when asked for your driver license, you failed to display or present a driver license to the officer.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We're satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. On your plea, you may freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine is $200. When can you pay?
I don't have anything today, but I can have it paid off within 30 days.
You said within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
It's going in, okay, it's going in and out a little bit, okay. And you know how to make payment, correct?
Yes.
You're all set, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, have we seen Carrie Seabrook?
I have not seen Ms. Seabrook, Your Honor.
Back here.
I have Mr. Sam Richmond in the back of the courtroom.
Okay, and then I see Jonathan Short's on Zoom. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Sam Richmond, file number 19-04241, council appearance.
Your Honor, Amanda O'Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Sam Mabel Richmond.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a plea. Looks like there was an offer extended for the defendant to plead guilty to the original charge, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's what you want to do, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an advice and rights and plea information sheet here. It was dated for last week. This document here, did you read it?
Yes,
Okay, and you signed it on the other side?
I think I did.
That's your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Correct.
You can put your hand down. Okay, so trespass is a misdemeanor, so you have the right to have a trial, you have the right to jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence, so that means that you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecutor, which is the city attorney's office, to prove each element of the charge of trespass beyond a reasonable doubt. You can remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You can waive your silence and testify on your own behalf. You can call witnesses to testify for you on your trial. You ultimately have the right to see, hear, or question all witnesses called to testify against you at trial. You understand that?
Correct.
You willing to give up each of those rights?
Correct.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Has there been any promises made to you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty.
Correct.
As to trespassing, how do you plead?
I'm guilty.
Tell me what you did to make you guilty.
I was standing up at the store.
Which store?
DJs.
Where's DJ's located?
Malcolm X and Holmes, I think, something like that. Malcolm X and something on the south side over there,
Okay, you were in the store or outside the store?
outside the store.
Okay, and you were asked to leave or you knew that you weren't supposed to be there?
I was asked to leave.
Okay, and was this on or about September 1st, 2018?
Or something like that.
Okay, you don't dispute that date?
No, I can't remember. Miss Judge Woman.
Okay, Miss Judge Woman, you see it?
Miss Simmons.
Does it say Judge Kristen Simmons right there?
Miss Judge Simmons.
Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, so you can't remember the date you said?
No, I can't remember that.
Okay, but you don't dispute that date.
No,
I
no.
told you that was the date. And then this is on Malcolm X in the city of Lansing,
Correct.
Ingham County.
Mhm.
Any additional factual basis?
None for the city.
The board is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea if I can be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Were you arrested for this?
Yes, it was.
How long were you in jail?
Oh, no.
Credit time served. You're all set. Thank you.
No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, okay.
He's the public defender.
Oh, you said-
Mr. Prosecutor. Cool, I don't know what you are.
Unmuted it.
On the record of the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Jonathan Short, file number 24-00965, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Amanda O'Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Jonathan Short.
Okay, Mr. Short, today was the date set for you to enter a plea. I have notation here that the city offered to amend to a no ops, and he's going to accept that. Is that correct,
Yes.
Mr. Short?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Before you can accept the offer, I need to make sure you understand certain rights. One is the right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty, and you can require the city prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to proceed to trial, and you have the right to jury trial. You can remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You can waive your right to silence at your trial and testify on your own behalf. You can subpoena witnesses to trial to testify for you, and you can present evidence at trial that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. And again, you can cross-examine any witness the city calls to testify against you at your trial. Those are all rights that you would have to give up today. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to give those rights up?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to give those rights up?
No, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to give up those rights?
No, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty to no ops because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of no ops, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Short, on or about March 30th, 2024, were you driving upon South Cedar at or near Mount Hope?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, state of Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you encountered a Lansing police officer, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when asked for your driver license, you failed to display a proper license, correct?
Correct.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find it to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Your fine is $200. When will you make payment?
Can I pay with credit card?
You sure can. If you can pay in person at the criminal traffic window, or you can go on the court website and pay.
Okay.
If you go on the court website, you just use your case number, which is the 23-03. I'm sorry, which is this number? This is the 24-00965, okay?
00965.
That's correct. 24-00965 is your case number. You can pay online using that, okay?
Okay.
You'll pay today?
Yeah, is there an added fee or anything for using the credit card?
There is a fee if you use a credit card.
How much is that fee? Can you tell me that?
I don't know. I know there's a fee online for the credit card. It's a couple of dollars. I can't say for sure. Do you know, Mr. Lee?
I don't know, but I think.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like 25% or something.
Yeah, it's about, we believe it's anywhere between $3 and $5 max to make a
Okay,
payment
yeah, no,
online.
Yeah, it'll be paid today.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I all set?
You're all set. Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Same to you, 23-03501. Council, can I have your appearance, please?
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda Boyle on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Cole.
Okay, is Ms. Williams running this trial?
She is finishing up an evidentiary hearing in court as we speak.
Okay. The other concern I had is there was a motion in here to exclude evidence or dismiss, and that was not addressed. Are you withdrawing your motion?
Yes, Your Honor, when the city said they would no longer seek to admit that evidence that was satisfactory to defense, the motion is now withdrawn.
Okay, thank you. All set. Okay. I'm sorry. He declined, attorney. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Gaston Mayberry, file number 24-01402, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Amanda Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Okay, and Mr. Mayberry is present via our polycom from the Ingham County Jail. And Mr. Mayberry, we arranged you on a open alcohol matter to which you pled non-guilty, and you said you declined a representation by court-appointed counsel. You want to represent yourself on this matter still, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was there an offer at all on this?
There was not, Your Honor, but I haven't had an opportunity to speak with us.
Is there going to be an offer on it?
There might be, depending on the facts and anything that he may provide that might provide enlightenment. There are times at which we would amend this to a civil infraction, depending on the nature.
Okay, because I'm trying to decide if he's being held on obviously something other than this, if this is something we need to do now or if we can reset it, but I'll let you go speak with him now to see if there's an offer, and then we'll decide if we need to reset it or not.
Okay.
My screen looks like this. Like, what did I do? Can you hear us, Ms. Scruggs?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jamie Scruggs, file number 240013601, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Ms. Scruggs is present via Zoom. And on this file, this was the date and time set for a code compliance hearing. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this point, my indication from our code officers is that Ms. Scruggs has complied. That light is no longer being utilized. The last couple times they've been out to monitor it, they have not been, it's not been on. And I believe the other issue is simultaneously being dealt with on the other file. So at this point, the city would move to dismiss. I know there may be some outstanding fines. I don't know how the court handles that, but the violations themselves have been complied.
So you're gonna move to dismiss on those?
Correct, Your Honor.
And that, just for clarification, includes the other file that was file number 240013641? Or are we continuing to June 17th on that?
We're continuing on that other file, Your Honor, just this one.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so this file will be dismissed. Any additional matters for today's record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Scruggs?
I do not.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Ms. Thomas is logging in now. Okay, you can hear us, Mr. and Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, very good. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Lakeisha Thomas, file number 240013591, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
And then I have Mr. and Mrs. Thomas present via Zoom. Today was the date that we set to have an inspection done to see if they have brought the property into compliance. Is that been taking place?
It has, Your Honor. I believe, and I don't know if you'd prefer to hear from Mr. Driver, but I can summarize. A good number of the vehicles have been removed. There are still some vehicles remaining and some junk and debris. But it does appear that a fairly substantial amount of compliance has taken place up to this point. So the court's so inclined to maybe extend another 30 days to let them finish up. The city would have no objection to that, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, and so Mr. and Ms. Thomas, it appears that you all are making a good effort to bring the property up to code. Do you think 30 days will help you complete the task?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we'll reset this an additional 30 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
June 24th at 11. Do you have any questions for the court today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
None from the city, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. And the jury is here. Okay, on the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Gaston Mayberry, Mrs. Ogle, you met with him. Is there going to be an offer on this?
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Mayberry. He indicated that he has already faced consequences for his drinking in this case, and the fact that he was wearing a tether and drinking alcohol was a violation of that. And he has already currently facing punishment for that and being there, given the interest of justice.
The motion is Mrs. Granite. You're all set, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. And then we are ready on the trial. Back with it's supposed to be, I don't know what I did to separate it.
Yeah, yeah.